We're on Mount Sylvia by the Haiping district in North Taiwan. We are, of course, here with ESL Open Cup Asia Division number 69. That is 9 more than 6. No, wait, 9 more than 60. I'm, of course, your host, Yaku of Nizaku, and with me today is El Azul Desequilibrado que sabes que se mantendrá fiel, Light _ VIP. How we doing, Light?
What's up, Yaku? We're here. We've made it. We've made it. It's number 69.
Yeah, that's 9 more than 60. You ever think about it like that?
Yeah, that's math.
It's pretty big, yeah.
But we are here, and of course we are casting some lovely players, one of which we are well versed with. The other was featured in NA Apprentice, a very solid player. They were actually bantering before the game started,
Yeah.
But mate, let's just go.
It was great. We are gonna get right on into this with Lightshade LE. We're in the bottom right hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right hand corner of the map. There is the blue Protoss player coming out of the land of the Philippines. He is gonna be representing Genesis Zaming. That's probably not what it is. He is
Gen Z.
DaSh. Gen Z.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the American Protoss player. He is yellow. He is representing Team Legion. It is Holden.
So we've definitely seen these two players a couple of times in various things that we've casted, but never against each other, I feel.
Yeah. Fun fact, they were talking to each other because they both played in PSL. The league. Yeah, the league that the league that KJ is running. They actually faced off in the group stage and they played against each other. Holden did come out on top, but there was some friendly banter going on. They were talking about the finals, because fun fact, the PSL finals are going on right now. And Ender, of course, is playing in that. Yeah, exactly.
Does make sense. So I wonder if they have remembered what went on in their previous series.
Right, it's been a while. It's been a while since that group stage. PSL, it is like a long-running league that Storm Gaming has been running, and oh my god, both players are actually looking to proxy each other, but Holden's is that little bit closer. And I mean, he doesn't have appropriate.
Yeah, that's it is, but I guess that's more of a spotter at the moment. Demon Dash, though, gonna be keeping that probe around towards the north. What is he throwing down? Is that a Twilight Council?
Oh my god, it's gonna be Proxy Dark Shrine. Yeah, it's gonna be spotted though. It's gonna be spotted. The Stalker. No, he turns around.
He turns around. Why does that always happen, Light? The past couple of days, you've seen that happen a lot more when it comes to proxies like this. And DaSh, man, he's even throwing down the gateway over there to warp into DTs even quicker. Holden does not have any detection.
Exactly, Holden, he was so close. He knew the potential was there for a proxy. What I love is Demon Dash going for a proxy even though he went for a low ground wall. So this is meant to be more economic, and he's got a Nexus on the way, right? So things look pretty normal, you know? So Holden, he's looking to be the aggressor here. This is going to be a little bit wonky, if you will, because there's not a lot of units here to defend.
That there isn't. They're actually going back into the main base, worried about a potential Stargate or what have you. And Holden can just chip away at the production.
One pylon!
Only one pylon!
Oh,
he takes that out, then what are the DTs gonna warp in from? Three more shots here. And that's more than half of the production already taken out here for DaSh. Roll over to the other side of the map. He's trying. He has a gateway, but that DT shrine got scouted.
Yeah, that it did. Thankfully, there is one gateway out on the map, so he can warp in at home. He does have one gateway production. Meanwhile, that was a really nice force field, so DaSh was able to defend a little bit there, trade a little bit favorably, but my god, forcing to cancel your Nexus and like only having one gateway, like, oh god.
Cancel Nexus, depower the production, take out the Cybercore. Things are going from decent to terrible right now for DaSh.
Yeah, he is going across the map, and he does have a DT. There is an observer. It was chronoed out. It will be available for detection.
Just like so. And this is
this is weird because DaSh's response to this is to double expand.
Huh.
Does he think he's Zerg? Like...
Well, you never know, right? He has learned from Ender.
Yeah.
Opposite Miyomika.
I guess so. I get interesting response here, right? Like getting to. I mean, I guess this is a way to get back into the game? Question mark. There's no way he gets away with this, right?
Probably will. I'm just gonna be keeping my eyes on what Holden's building right now, because he is focusing a little bit more on his economy as well. He's not gearing up for any big push, which can really punish the expansions that DaSh is taking right now. So yeah, if DaSh, as long as he doesn't lose too many probes, he lost 8 of them. Never mind.
You were saying? Oh god, yeah, that is a pretty big blow to his economy. I mean, but like, you know, he is making 3 probes at a time, so that is something, but it did just get scattered by Holden's observer. Immediately, he's going across the map with his mass stalker. I mean, to be fair, his stalker army is splitting up, so this is ideal for DaSh.
Yeah, just about the same amount of stalkers for both players. And DaSh, he does have Blink. There's a lot more micro potential available to him. Holden only now working on that Twilight Council.
Oh god, that he is. Unfortunately, there's no shield batteries. Like, there's no defensive pylons. There's no defensive, you know, advantage here whatsoever for DaSh. He is trying to come on forward. He's trying to save his Nexus, but he does not have enough stalkers. Yeah,
not quite yet, at any rate. So that is kind of awkward when you take a third base like this without a pylon. You just do not have as many good reinforcement points, but now DaSh is starting to have enough stalkers. Blinks right on top of them, and the DTs just to add a little bit of a sandwich. DaSh holds with 3 Nexuses.
This is big, mate. This is huge. He's fully saturated on 2 bases. He's going to start saturating his 3rd. Holden only just now going to work on his own 3rd, and DaSh is ahead in upgrades. I would love to see a Forge for DaSh, especially because, like, if you have triple Nexus, like, you want to go into a later game, right? Like, you know, get those upgrades going.
Absolutely. But is delaying it a little for the moment. And just gonna be keeping my eyes on that production tab. He's saving up his money for something that ain't a Forge.
Yeah, is it a Robo? Is it a Stargate? Like, what's the plan here for DaSh? As he
Charge?
Okay.
Huh. All right. Well, then you especially want to get a Forge, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, +1 is great. +1 is beautiful.
It really is.
Doesn't matter what you, except for maybe if you get a depth. Ideally, you don't want +1 for that, but there's just so much you can do. Does he want to go charge the Archon? I mean, he's working on a Robo now. Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he does still have that Dark Shrine available to him, so he is able to warp it, morph a couple of Archons to him right now. And Holden as well, opting for a bit more of a charger-based composition, so DaSh will have a slight advantage when it comes to building up his army for now.
Definitely. It's just like overall his army, like in a head-on-head engagement, will be a little bit weaker due to those Forge upgrades. He's working on his Forge eventually, so maybe he will be able to catch up. A little bit risky here being aggressive with his Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, Blink already finishing up for Holden over there. Both players really can have a little bit of the micro battle right now. Trying to stalker for a stalker, but Holden with a little bit more in this push.
Yeah, but some nice DT harass. 3 probes went down and forces all the probes off the mineral line. Unfortunately, Holden, all his detection is here. He all army like cockied. Oh no.
He did. He's trying to get an observer right now, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Even more. No, those are zealots. I thought those were DTs for a sec. But yeah, zealots come in here, and he does have charge available to him. A nice little buffer for when the armies do eventually clash. Starting to work on his own +1, Holden working on his +2. So he is a little bit behind when it comes to the upgrades, but overall, I feel like DaSh has the more sophisticated army.
Yeah, definitely. Like, DaSh is looking really good right now. Like, he got away with the economy. He's being able to defend. He was able to deny all this mining time as well. Like, he's looking pretty good. Like, sure, he will perpetually be behind in upgrades. Like, there's not much he can do about that. But so far, he has been able to get back into this game really nicely after really kind of a disastrous beginning. But we do see Holden is expanding and taking a fourth.
Yeah, DaSh is aware of that with that DT, and he's going to try to deny it, but Holden definitely has the tools he needs to hold this fourth base. I would definitely say for DaSh, I'd like to see a couple Archons being thrown down.
Oh,
but,
yeah, same.
you know, anything that's a little bit higher tech here.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful. He did try to hit the third base, but there's plenty here. There's a shield battery, there's a cannon, there's plenty of zealots. The fourth was a lot more exposed, but he opted not to go there. He does have to be careful though. Ooh, he's looking to try and intercept the Warp Prism. No!
Oh, he does get it. Beautifully done.
Oh god. Look, wow, with that blink, I thought it was going to blink and target down his own Warp Prism. I was a little bit scared there.
We're not casting patience. It's fine.
Oh my god. Or Paco Mike did that today, actually. Not a Warp Prism, but his own units.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh boy. But, okay, Demon DaSh, he is now moving on forward. Finally, we do have a couple of those Archons that we were talking about. So now he does have a little bit more finesse with his army. But so does Holden. He's got 3. And he's got a 4th.
And 3, that's more than 2. And 4 is more than 3, if I'm not mistaken. It could be.
I think you're right there.
Ah.
That's solid.
So often that happens.
Singaporean education system kicking in there.
Solid. All right, both players are now even on the upgrades, so Holden's +2 is going to be finished up very, very soon. Oh, I'm not sure I like pushing into this location, like.
I don't know if I like it either, especially with these cannons and overcharge being activated as well, but it looks like Demon DaSh has like the greater numbers.
Yeah, and he's also able to split apart the army of Holden right now. He is fighting with his main force against the smaller forces of Holden. The high ground definitely helping him out a lot. We see what a difference that upgrade can make, but DaSh is multi-pronging hard right now.
Oh yeah, exactly. We got Zealots at the 4th base. We got Zealots in the main, taking out all the tech. The Twilight Council and the Robo almost going down. Meanwhile, Holden did try to apply some aggression here to the top right, but it was not enough, and he even recalls his Zealots away. Oh my god.
Warp Prism, okay. Gets Warp Prism out of there. Yeah. Overall, a little bit messy for both players, but DaSh definitely coming out a little ahead there, taking out some nice tech and a little bit of production.
Yeah, beautifully done here so far by DaSh. I mean, the worrisome thing is, okay, there we go. Now he's starting to catch up with +2. Holden did have that upgrade advantage for a long time, but now we're equal, or we're starting to equalize. Both players have their 4th bases. Demon DaSh still a little bit behind in terms of the workers, but he can pretty easily catch up. Now he's moving out. He does get spotted though.
Yeah, always want to be keeping a couple of spotters over here. That's a lot of Archons.
Oh yeah. That's 5.
And that's that is 5 now in the running, and that worries me for all of these Zealots. A couple of DTs over here, funny enough, are not going to be in the fight. Nice pick off there on the battery overcharge, and does DaSh have enough Stalkers? Maybe, maybe not, but Holden definitely does.
Yeah, exactly. God, these Archons just take so long to really chunk through, and they just stand strong. Only 2 Archons in the end went down. They were really kind of the game changer there for Holden. He was able to defend.
Some of the most potent units you can really get right now, and DaSh might lose his ability to make more of him once that Dark Shrine goes down.
Yeah, it's so scary. He does have to keep it alive for now. Meanwhile, Holden is now looking to counterattack as well. We have a Warp Prism ready to dive into the main base, and Holden feeling safe enough to take a 5th base.
Yeah, he knows exactly where Demon DaSh's army is at, and he knows that he's not going to be able to push out anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's a little bit terrifying. Like, the pressure is on DaSh right now to make something happen, but there are just so many Archons here, and the problem is that he doesn't have any like disruptors or any immortals or any kind of Robo unit whatsoever. It's just pure gateway.
Which ordinarily I wouldn't be opposed to, but yeah, it really does come in numbers at this point, and DaSh does not have it on his side. Holden has hardcore caught up on the army count, and he's returning the favor of DaSh's multi-prong earlier.
Yeah, that he is. That he definitely is. Meanwhile, DaSh, he's blinking on forward, even warps in behind the army, so he's getting a very nice round. He can definitely take this fight, but he's losing everything in the main.
That he is, and this is where all of his production is at. Thankfully, he did have a recall available.
Oh,
so he's able to chase away this army, but he's gonna have to repower all of these structures. He's gonna have to remake 20 workers to catch up on Holden here. DaSh does have a bit of a high army supply right now, but yeah, that defender's advantage that Holden has is not something to be underestimated.
I mean, we got a wall of cannons going up right now. Like, yeah, it's gonna be so difficult to break the fourth base. DaSh, though, he knows like the kind of situation he's in. He has to make something happen. He's now trying to repower everything. Unfortunately, he can't really reinforce his army because all of his production is depowered. But oh, he runs into the army. Nice, you know, without the cannons.
Yeah, he's able to land a couple of volleys of Archons onto these Zealots. And if you can just weaken your opponent's army before the big fight happens, massive win.
Yeah, that's so many Zealots. That's
so many of them. But one more Archon for DaSh, and they're all dead. They're all gonna be gone, just like so. The stock is blinking forward to deal with the Archons of Holden, and look at that splash damage, Light.
Yeah.
Burst is gonna be enough right now for Holden.
Yeah, just mass zealots is all you need. GG gets called, and Holden will take game number 1.
A really back and forth game we've seen from both of them, but in the end, Holden was able to go forth a little bit more than DaSh did. This army value graph is it's a roller coaster.
Exactly.
Line goes up, line goes down. Can't really explain that one. And if you try to, then you just need to know you can't. And we went on here for game number 2, and it's kind of rare that we get to see games like this, like when it comes to PvP, just a little bit more macro, but very much gateway focus versus gateway focus. Both players using the best unit in the game, the Warp Prism. I'm so disappointed that a lot of Protoss players nowadays are focused a bit more on Stargates and whatnot, Oracles and Adepts to harass instead of, you know, the OP Umbrella. That got its name for a reason. It's a really good unit.
It's very good. Oh god.
That's honestly one of the things that really excites me for Classic coming back. I think he was one of the last Protoss players who was really dedicated to Warp Prism play.
Yeah, definitely.
But, ooh, okay. Going into our next map right now, and it is going to be Romanticide. This kind of excites me, like, you know, if we get more gateway skirmishes, or if we get more of a gateway skirmish type of game that we had in game number 1, Romanticide, I think, is probably one of the best maps to really facilitate that style, right? There's a lot of harass potential, but not too much you can really do when it comes to big pushes. Well, there's a lot you can do when it comes to timing attacks and whatnot, but it's a little bit harder to pull off, right?
Definitely. And a bit of a fun fact. So they invited me to a party for their Vita process, and the Vita process was chaotic to say the least. And in the end, they said, like, this is too confusing. I don't know. Light, you pick. so I'm like, Romanticide, let's go.
You love to see it. And speaking of love to see it, we are now on Romanticide. LE for standing for love. Escalientes. Love to see it. I think that's the translation. Over here in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. He, as well, loves to see his opponent. He is just wondering. He is hoping they get to meet each other soon. He is coming out from the land of the Philippines, representing Gen Z. He is DaSh.
And spawning in. Exactly. Spawning in the bottom right, we have the American Protoss. He's yellow. He is representing Team Legion. It is Holden.
Now,
oh boy.
Yeah, we're on Romanticide now, and I'm hoping that neither of these players thinks, okay, since we're on Romanticide, why don't we just, hang back, be a bit more passive, and go for late game armies? No, none of that. Give me that OP umbrella.
I mean, I'll just say right now, if we do end up in a tied up series, I will get them to play on Beacon Industries.
Well.
It'll happen. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see how these two play out. We have a bit of a role reversal here, where this time Holden is the one to go for the low ground expansion. DaSh instead on top of that ramp.
Yeah, let's play a bit more safe here. I have to wonder how their previous, the previous times they've met up have panned out, because I don't know. I feel like one of these players is a little bit more scared of the other than vice versa.
Yeah. I mean, Holden is a little bit more experienced. Like, DaSh has been on the rise, and we've casted DaSh plenty of times, you know, whether it was in Master Swan Open or even more recently in GPO, and DaSh has been getting some surprising results. Like, he's been getting good, but he's still not quite there yet. Like, he's still not at that GM level. He's been able to take games off of, like, Demi and Beastlork and Starduck, which is great, but, like, still not a full series, you know, he hasn't reached that point yet.
Definitely, still a lot more room here for DaSh to really grow, and Holden, I guess he also is continuing to grow here, but you know, he has reached a level that DaSh is currently working towards.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they're so friendly with each other. Like, they respect each other a lot, you know, they're they're on good terms, and yeah, they're around similar skill levels as well. Of course, Holden being a lot more focused on NA events, and Demon DaSh or DaSh a lot more in Southeast Asia. But it's really cool to see, like, in this weird turn of events, somehow, some way, these two players have, like, become friends.
You say somehow, I say because of KJ.
Yes, it's all thanks to KJ, mate.
Really is. I feel like KJ was one of the original ambassadors, shall we say.
Yeah, I mean, he's very passionate. He's very passionate about StarCraft. That's why PSL is a thing. He's also passionate about his home country, like the Philippines. Like, there's a reason why he's doing so much for them. It's really great to see.
Yeah, oh, was that why you scouted Ender earlier on?
Yeah, Ender used to be on Storm back in the day.
Yeah, I remember. And speaking of Storm, another player's going for it. But I tell you what, we were worried for DaSh for not getting it earlier on, but very early Forge coming his way. This time, I swear, I thought that was I thought that shield battery was a Dark Shrine for some reason.
I don't blame you.
It looks a bit tall.
Yeah, especially because of how game number 1 went. I don't blame you at all. But we have a very interesting turn of events here. So Demon DaSh is playing a lot more standard. I mean, this is how Holden was playing last game, right? You know, focusing on his Blink Stalkers, focusing on his upgrades. Meanwhile, Holden already has 1 Oracle out, and he's going for a 2nd.
And we're gonna get a 3rd here.
Oh my! Oh god, that'd be crazy.
Is Holden the one to do so?
Is he and
DaSh
looking
so far? Yeah. I was gonna say, DaSh so far does not see this coming. Hasn't quite scouted the Stargate opening that Holden was going for, but thankfully he is getting +1. He is getting Blink, but it's not done just yet. 2 probes go down, and Holden, he's looking for more.
Yeah. Thankfully, there is a shield battery in the main base, so it's a lot harder to get some damage done. But as we were pointing out earlier, there's a 2nd Oracle that is on the way as well. So the aggression is not over here from Holden. God, DaSh already losing a couple of workers. What's interesting is that DaSh, he himself wants to apply some pressure as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws down a gateway and just hams it up with the Stalkers.
Now, does he throw down a Dark Shrine?
You're like, I just want DT.
I really do. DT is a War Prism. Let's go. Holden will scout this now. And DaSh is not going to get that reinforcement point that he needs. So you know what, Light? If you get a War Prism, you kind of get like a mobile reinforcement point.
This is true if DaSh had a robo.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he has opted not to go for a robo. Instead, he gets another gateway and opts to expand instead.
Okay. I'm not really sure what prompted that from DaSh. It did seem like he was working on a bit more of a timing attack. I guess the pylon getting scouted was the major thing, but I mean, he's already come this far.
Yeah, I have to imagine.
Stalkers.
I have to imagine it is 100% because of that pylon. Like, that would have been his way to reinforce across the map, because he doesn't have a robo, right? So there's no warp prism. So without that pylon, he can't really be too aggressive. So now he's at home, stuck at home. Meanwhile, now Holden, it's his turn to be aggressive here, staying on 2 bases that little bit longer, looking to try and take out this third.
Well, they always say, like, the player who gets that expansion first, it's not gonna have that expansion for much longer. Oh, a little bit of an unfortunate blink over here. DaSh unable to blink to the low ground. Gonna have to wait to go the long way around. Or wait for the recall. Recall? No. Cooldown is what I meant. And he is able to keep that fourth base alive.
I'm honestly surprised. It looked like Holden was about to get it, and he almost did. A lot of damage was done to that third, but somehow, someway, DaSh was able to just barely keep it alive. And also take out one of those oracles. Only one remaining here. Looking to try and stasis. Oh, DaSh, please, no!
DaSh! DaSh! Oh, that's a good number of probes. Could have been worse, I suppose. Oh, no, I didn't notice that there were actually 2 right by the next. Yeah, this is not ideal whatsoever. We can see DaSh really starting to plummet when it comes to the income. But thankfully, since he did have that third base, and since he was already making workers, he could transfer them a lot quicker and doesn't lose too much compared to Holden here.
Yeah, exactly. Holden's third base was a lot later. That's why it was on Holden to try and do something to the economy of DaSh. And to be fair, he was able to, right? He was able to use that stasis, able to get a couple of probe kills here and there. And then finally Holden does back off. And we'll see where he wants to go. It does look like, once again, he wants to get into those charge slots.
I'm definitely a big fan of that. We're getting Gateway versus Gateway once again.
I mean, like, as we saw the amount of zealots, the amount of zealots they made, but at the end of the day, it did feel like the fights were kind of decided by who had more Archons.
Yeah, I mean, that is very much you countered zealots, isn't it? You get enough Archons to one-shot a clump of zealots at a time, then you don't really have to worry about your opponent's buffer there.
Exactly, that's what I'm concerned about, because Holden has his Templar Archives on the way. Right, like he's working towards his Archons. Like that's what kind of won him the game last game in game number 1. But DaSh still doesn't have any of that tech whatsoever. He's just staying on pure gateways,
which is definitely very worrisome. He's getting Warp Prism right now, and I guess if he pushes out now, he has a bit of an upgrade advantage. He has Blink. If he's able to really try to cripple Holden right now before those Archons come into play, DaSh is going to be in a fantastic position to just put him out of his misery later, but he needs to pull that trigger.
That he does, and I'm concerned about it, because the longer this goes on, the better it is for Holden. There was going to be a massive upgrade disparity, but now, as time goes on, there it is. +1 is about to finish up, so now it's not as bad for Holden. Holden, now he's getting his first Archon. Templar Archives has completed, so he can get even more Archons, and he's even getting, his defenses set up at the 4th base with some shield batteries.
Yeah, I'd have to give the slight edge right now to Holden, because they use Defender's advantage, but we'll see if DaSh is able to pull off any fancy Blink micro shenanigans. There's only one Archon, and, Zealots can tank a couple of Archon shots. Especially if they're not the primary target.
That they can, as it looks like DaSh is trying to get a nice angle here, and he does push on forward, but there are so many charges, and there it is. Overcharge is used, but it immediately goes down.
Immediately denied, and DaSh getting on top of every single one of these stalkers. Holden, he realized his mistake from last time. He is not chipping away at the Archons until it's opportune. Beautiful flank with the Zealots. And I think we're getting our ace match here, Light.
Yeah, that was a beautiful surround there. GG gets called, and DaSh ties up the series 1-1.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
In the end, I guess it does go to show. Robo? I mean, you need it for the Warp Prism, but, Immortals? You don't need Immortals. Archons? Why would you get Archons?
Yeah.
All you need, a Blink Stalkers and a Dream. Oh, well, and a bunch of Zealots to act as a buffer, but
Honestly, I was worried for him. I do think that if he waited a little bit too long, then I don't know if he would have been able to pull it off. But thankfully, right, there was only one shield battery, and it was focused down beautifully there by DaSh. Like he was very on point with his focus fire. Really well done there. And yeah, wow, here we go. We're just getting into the ace match, and the players actually are asking, what's our last map?
This is their fate is in your hands here. Like you did say, you were going to be giving them, you were going to give them the business incubator if we get to the ace.
Mm-hmm.
But how does it feel like to have the fate of this series in your hands? Well, I guess that's how you feel every time when you're making brackets, anyway.
Oh God. All right, here we go. Because they did veto to begin with. They may not have picked the map order, but they did veto. So we are gonna be diving in. As I quickly look for it, Oxide.
Huh. Okay. So getting all of the macro maps out of the way here. I guess with Oxide, it's a little bit arguable. You know, there is a lot of opportunity on Oxide for proxies, for example, to go for quick timing attacks and the like, but I don't know, it's definitely a bit more defensive than a lot of these other maps, and I have to take a good look at this, but I want to say that Oxide favors the defender more than Lightshade does.
Yeah,
not as much as Romanticide, obviously, but...
Definitely more than Lightshade, definitely. I think we can all agree on that. But yeah, wow. I honestly don't really know how which way this will go. Obviously, like part of me is a little bit biased towards DaSh because we have casted a lot more of DaSh, and he is kind of representing our region today, representing the Philippines and Southeast Asia. But Holden's been doing pretty well as well. So it's close.
I guess the question is then, who would you rather see go up against Cure waiting in the next round? That we are gonna find out on Oxide LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map. We have the blue Protoss player once again coming down from the land of the Philippines. He is gonna be representing Gen Z Philippines. I think that's the full name. I still don't know what Gen stands for. It could be Generation, it could be Genesis. I don't know what Z stands for either. It could just be a Z. You know, like in some middle names, they only have a letter. It's not actually an initial for anything. It's just, you know, I like S. So, he is DaSh. The demon.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the American Protoss player. He's a madman. He's an American and he's playing in ESL Open Cup Asia. Mate, does this man not sleep? Does he not dream? It is, of course, the yellow Protoss representing Team Legion. It is Holden.
What? No, Cure's in the next round. Not Dream.
I feel if DaSh advances from here, do we tell him, mate, don't worry, just hashtag play like Yo-Yo Joey?
Yes. Oh, but then what? How will he interpret that though as a Protoss player?
Cannon
Yo-Yo
Rush.
Joey, of course. Yeah. Obviously, yeah. Yo-Yo Joey, of course, being the best player from Hong Kong, Zerg player, actually able to 2-0 Cure in one of these ESL Asias.
Yeah, at the start of the year. It's something that we'll never forget, and I imagine Cure will never forget it either. I'm sure he's been holding a grudge all this time.
He's up at night.
Oh God!
Thinking, if I ever go to Hong Kong,
gonna proxy 2-gate the fuck out of this guy. Let's go.
Every single game.
Yeah.
For the first time in this series, it's gonna be a little bit cheeky here.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I love it. This is very bold, right? We always talk about this. This is the Maru move. This is, mate, ace match, proxy. Let's go.
Why not, really? but not anything too fancy here. So actually going to be doing what DaSh wanted to do in game number 2. But a lot, well, I would say a lot better, but that's to be determined.
Well, if you recall, DaSh was his was a little bit later, right? Because he got a very fast +1 as well as very fast blink for his stalkers, so it did take a little bit longer to really get going. Holden is looking to hit a lot faster here, and it's scary because he's still only on 1 base and DaSh is expanding.
What do we always say, like PvP, the player who expands first is the player who loses.
Yeah.
This is something that Holden understands the best. I mean, that's an NA saying, right? And Holden is from NA.
He is. It's one of those things, right? PvP, you expand, you die, mate. And we'll see if maybe DaSh can do something about that. I mean, he does have a shield battery. His Nexus is about to finish up, which means Overcharge will be available as well. What's scary, we bring it up every single time. This is not Chose's pylon. You know, there's a single pylon powering everything here.
It is. And he needs a second pylon regardless, because he's about to be supply blocked. Oh no, he does have Nexus on the way, but he was able to supply cap for quite a while, and sure, DaSh has the overcharge available to him, but that was a very exposed battery, and now it's a dead battery.
And now it's a dead pylon. Yeah, this dead pylon, dead production, dead Nexus, forces all the boys to be pulled. We do have a Void Ray coming out here from DaSh, but almost gets Figure Stat out!
Would have been enough to two-shot, especially without that shield battery. It was looking more... What's the level above frightening here? Like, terrifying? That's what it was. The Void Ray goes down, and we're at 24 RE supply versus 8. A Void Ray comes out to replace that, but it's also going to go down just like it's Fallen Comrade.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, one more shot, it would have gone down. The probes are trying to get us around on the stalkers. The Void Ray does fall, and in the end, there's only stalkers and only probes and a single stalker. GG.
Good luck versus Cure, and Holden is going to be advancing here too, as Shoulders face Cure. Well played coming out here from Holden. Very decisive in those engagements. And just a really good back and forth series we've had from both players. I feel like game number 1 is probably the highlight for me. So that was not necessarily close, but they took turns having the advantage.
It was back and forth. Oh god, but that was amazing to see. I'm actually reading what they're saying to each other. Holden's like, I'm sorry I had to cheese. Your macro is too good. And they're like, it's okay. Good luck versus Cure. And they're like giving each other love hearts.
He's telling Holden how Gojo he played. He's giving him tips, you know, how to take out Cure. It's great. I hope they face each other again in the next Storm Star League.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
Or, you know, in a couple of other things. I'm thinking of the cross-regional sort of tournaments that might line up with their time zones that they're eligible for.